Hey guys, good morning. It is Sunday, the 14th of October, and football Sunday is always a good day, right? I wanted to talk about a few things if I could, and just trying to get them through my head as I go here. So I'm still trying to, this time difference, I call it my morning video, and yet it's like lunchtime already, or noontime. Not quite noontime, but pretty close, back east. Ouch. I got off the beaten path here off the highway because I thought I saw a pretty cool view. I wanted to share some of these cacti with you. But that's not why I wanted to stop for the video. So a few things. I had 3 points, and hopefully as I keep talking, they'll come back to me because I only remember 2. But anyway, so, oh yeah, I got them all. So first of all, I was able to spend last night in town here in Kingman. I'm heading to church this morning, and working on some of the business stuff as I'm wrapping up this journey along with the walking. The practicality of life takes over. And most of you know, I'm writing a book as I go, and I probably should have done some more due diligence on the way out, but coming to a head. So a few things with that. One, as I write the book, the book's not about me at all, but about the many, many people I've met. And so just don't be surprised if you don't get a call from me. When I return home, I might look at my notes, I might hear my videos, I might hear something I just want a little clarification on. In addition, I don't know the legalities of, if I just use first names, I don't think anything will be a problem, but there are some people I may want to recognize with first and last names, and there are some folks, I'm sure, that have been such a big part of the journey I'd like to take some pictures of. So currently, myself and my team are looking into the legalities of that, so I may be reaching out to you as well to, talk to you about, signing off on something like that, so I could use a picture of your name in the book. I also want to apologize. A lot of you folks came to know me through Facebook. I really try to point folks to the website pttjourney.com because I think, they're kind of a twofold, because Facebook has a lot of quick posts on there that aren't on the website. The website has not a foundation, but that's kind of let the cat out of the bag there, but the charities, the shirts, the decals. But I want to apologize to a few folks. Some folks have ordered a shirt or some decals, window decals for their car, and I've been laxing getting the information to my folks back home to send them out. So, 2 things. Gene Sasso, if you're out there, certainly thank you for supporting and for the order of the shirt. PayPal has this glitch I've talked about before where they don't tell me the size. So I sent you an email this morning asking you to tell me what size, so we send you the right one, and then we'll get that right out to you. Also, 3 folks, Doris, Danae, and Susan, have ordered window decals. I apologize. I just spoke with back home, and at least we'll get those out to you guys probably tomorrow. So I do apologize about that. So as I said, we're coming to an end of the journey. Really, we're down to, I guess, really a week and a half of walking at this point in time. And it's sort of surreal. Spoke with Nick back at Route Magazine. Did an interview a few weekends back, and he had biked across the country a couple of times. He shared some insights that not a lot of you guys can understand or know, not having ever done it. Not that you're not capable, but it's one of these things without, I can never imagine what childbirth is, having never done it. There's a lot of things like that. Well, you don't, we're all different, but you're not really sure how capable you are of battling your own inner dialogue and sleeping outside and sitting here and taking these views. But one of the things he definitely said to me was, you're going to have a little depression when you get home. When you're out here on the journey, every day is an unknown, and that's part of the excitement. But as well, you don't really have to worry about, I got to get this, and this done, because there's nothing to do. It's just to go out and meet folks, and that part's going to take over. So it's, in one way, it's going to be so amazing getting home. In another way, as I've already experienced and starting to put the practicalities into it. Like I said last night, as I was trying to figure out the book and pictures in particular, most time you have the paperback, you got a little group of pictures in the middle, and who do I want to include? I could start reeling off names here, but I'd always leave somebody out. But I actually was in tears last night thinking about the people that have reached out to me through this journey that I never would have known. Literally, while I was just talking to you, on this video, Danny Pryor from Baxter Springs texted me, or replied to a text anyway. I wouldn't have known Danny. Danny and I wouldn't have known each other. We would have passed each other. On our best day, we would have passed by each other and nodded to each other. And now here's these two guys that you know, definitely care about each other and what we're doing. It's overwhelming, guys. It really is overwhelming. But anyway, so if I reach out to you over the next few weeks, next couple of weeks, maybe a couple of reasons. One is I want to kind of revisit a point so I'm accurate in the book. Two is I may need to ask you for a picture, and I'm having my team look into if I use a picture, do I need to have a release or something like that. I'm going to do my best not to embarrass anybody, especially myself, in the book, and I don't think I will, but I also need to be honest with who I am and my thoughts and what I've seen, and it hasn't been all positive. It hasn't been all smiles, but I got to try to be as honest as I can and true to myself with that. So the third part, though, that I want to talk about was pointing the thumb, and it's fresh in my mind. So again, some of you have been following me since day one. Some of you just met me last night, so I don't ever want to assume something. If I repeat myself for folks, I apologize. But those of you that don't know, I'm a huge Dr. Phil fan. So being put up for a night in a motel, I got to watch a lot of Dr. Phil reruns. It happens to be on the OWN network, and the OWN network has a lot of shows. Well, this all comes full circle. But, you know, guys, my name of the journey is called Point the Thumb Journey. And there's two interpretations I have of that. And the second one is going to kind of be what I want to talk about. But the first one is the most important. And I raise my kids to say, point the thumb, not the finger. Everybody wants to blame somebody for something. And there may be blame there, guys, but ask yourself, what did you do? What did you own of it? You know, what kind of accountability do you have? One of the episodes I'm watching is about two young men in Ohio, in Steubenville, Ohio, that were accused of raping some girl, and they have her on video just literally being carried from the room, and there's debate about that. But I don't hear anybody really pointing the thumb, but I digress. It's just one of the episodes I saw. But the OWN network they have a bunch of commercials that they show time and time and time again, because it's their own shows, so of course they want you to watch. But so the point the thumb kind of says, take what accountability you have, right? Point the thumb at yourself and ask what you could have done, what you could have done differently. The second interpretation for me, though, is be honest with who you are. Okay, I left this journey 14 or so weeks ago because I felt like I had kind of been beaten down by people. One of those people was somebody that I have known for a long time, and I think was the epitome of kind of pointing the finger, and it's always somebody else's fault, when deep down there was some self-honesty that could have occurred that would have alleviated a lot of pain. But a lot of people don't want to point the thumb and own who they are. And what triggered this was just a few days ago. It was funny because when you start talking to somebody, and I'm going to stand up a bit, that rock hurts my butt, because as some of you have noticed, I've got a little bit skinny, so now I got less meat on the butt. Anyway, when people talk to you, it seems like everybody wants to take what you're saying as criticism. First of all, if we all stop realizing that they're being critical, and even if they are being critical, listen to what people say. I used to have the situation where I would try to speak somewhat calmly, and I could make 3 points as an example. And the third point is saying, on Monday, you know, this took place. It was Tuesday. I didn't even get the words out, and they're already barking back at me. And this past week, I met somebody that I think respects me and was asking for my advices on some things and my perspective. And when I'd share it, the minute I would share my observation, you know, I'd be mid-sentence but say something, no, and they would cut you off. They would cut me off and tell me why I was wrong with my observation. Why did you ask? My point is, listen to what people have to say. Not strangers, not social media. When you ask somebody close to you, I know sometimes parents can be a little bit hard to please, but listen to your parents, listen to your children, listen to your dear friends. Not everybody's trying to be critical. They're asking you to look in the mirror. This is what they see. What triggered all this is I was watching one of these OWN channel commercials, and it's about, I guess in Atlanta they bring 20 or 30 men and women together looking for true love. And the one scene just makes me laugh and says, God, I've lived it. I lived it this past week. I've lived it in my relationships in the past, the relationship in the past. So this gentleman says to this woman, you're too strong for your own good. And before he could finish his sentence, she says, no, I'm too strong for you. And she's literally pointing a finger at him. The guy's trying to explain something to you. If you're 35 or 40 and single, there might be something to it. So instead of taking a breath and pointing a thumb at herself and saying, well, why is it that people perceive me to be such a strong woman, and processing it, she's too busy fighting and defending herself and pointing the finger back and no, I'm too strong for you. You're the one that can't handle me. You're the problem. And it's on TV, I don't know, 10 times just this morning. It's only 8 o'clock here in the morning. It's been on TV 10 times easily, because that's how much I rerun these commercials, since 6 a.m. But that's a rerun of our society. Like I said, it happened this past week. Hey Jim, can I ask your advice on something, or what do you think about this, and tell me how you saw this situation? And then I tell them, but because it's not the answer they want to hear, no, he's not like that, or she's not like that. Well, you asked me my opinion. I've never met these people. I'm telling you what I observed, and you're telling me I'm wrong. So my observation's wrong? Okay. So you didn't really ask me what I think. You wanted to ask me to agree with you. Like I said, from a past relationship, so talk to me, be my best friend, talk to me. And then you start to talk, and 3 words in, you're wrong, you don't know. No, that's not what happened. She didn't say that, he didn't say that. Guys, ask yourself as I'm talking about this, how many times in your life you've been that person. Ask yourself how many times in a conversation, and I understand another Dr. Philism is, when you're sunburned, you're much more sensitive, and this is me, was me with a few people in my life. When the way it's explained is, I'm walking down the hall and I bump into you. Oops, sorry buddy, excuse me. But I'm walking down the hall and I've got severe sunburn, you bump into me, ow, it hurts. And that's kind of what happens in relationships when you've got, you've got that mother-daughter, mother-son, son-dad, whatever. You just never seem like you can please that person, your spouse, whatever it might be, your friend. I was with somebody that was talking to me about friendship and how years have gone by and, but the sunburn is there. And so again, that's kind of my lesson for today, because I think it's very, very valid. We ask people to talk to us, and even when we don't ask, the minute someone starts to tell us what they saw, what they see, maybe they can point the thumb and do it a little bit with a softer tone or a different, more gentle way, but the minute someone starts to talk to us, we receive it as criticism. Last week I had some posts on my site where somebody basically, I think essentially accused me of being just like Jim Jones, who had a mass murder of about 800 people, but not as violent or something like that. But certainly isn't a fan of mine and thinks that I'm a jerk and a hypocrite for leaving my family and my kids and all that stuff. And the minute that posted, I must have gotten 5 or 6 posts from people. Jim, did you see this? Did you see this? Yeah, I saw it. So that's her opinion. I'm pointing the thumb and looking at myself. Maybe there's truth in that. Why am I going to get so... Well, you should take that down. No, I shouldn't take it down. If all I put on the site is the things I want to hear, then it's really not much of a site for you guys, right? So anyway, I got to wrap up here. I'm running out. I do want to share some really cool pictures though. So I don't know if you can see. This is one of the... This cactus is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I got a bunch of them. You can see up on the hill here. You see these cacti? As the motorcycle group goes by. Anyway, back east we don't see those things. So I love you guys. Thanks for following. Apologize for not getting those decals and shirts out sooner. I'll probably be in touch with a lot of you. Ask some questions. Help me out with some fine points. Last week it was going to be special. But point the thumb at yourselves, guys. Not everything people are saying to you or about you is criticism. Maybe it's food for thought for you to point the thumb at yourself and process what they're saying, okay? Kara, Landon, and Grace, I love you guys so much. You guys have a great, great day. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.